when the following season, right after the lockout is done, what was your initial reaction when you heard that you guys were trading for Chris Paul?
Man, I thought it was it. It was time to get the championship. I remember him and Kobe talking. Me and CP got on the phone. I was just telling him how dope LA was, and there was nothing like being a Laker. He was excited. And it was funny because we had Jeannie Buss on the podcast, and I asked, like, how did that fall through? And they said that the GM at the time, there was league meetings somewhere. And the GM at the time thought that he didn't need to consult, because I guess the league had owned the team at the time. And the GM at the time didn't think he needed to consult with David Stern. He just thought, well, I'm the GM of this team. I'm going to push this trade through. So he was okaying it without the actual David Stern or whoever was kind of the acting body okaying it. And that's how it got shut down. But can you imagine Kobe in his prime and CP like coming into his prime together with Bynum, who's gone? Powell was leaving. Lamar Odom was leaving.
Yeah, Powell. Was Powell in the deal?
Yeah, I think Powell was in the deal.
I'm gonna have to look this up. We're gonna fact check this.
Yeah, I want to say
who was.
But the fucked up part about it is
I know Lamar, because Lamar was in the deal.
Yeah,
and he didn't want, and then he ended up in Dallas,
and that hurt everything because you got to think. Guys are thinking like, okay, but you tried to trade me, this trade falls through. Like, what am I supposed to think now? And Lamar was,
Speaking of CP, we did a segment today on NBA Today about his MVP credentials essentially this year, and look, I think he's one of the greatest point guards ever, probably in the top 3, undoubtedly. Doesn't have the championship on his resume yet. Are you surprised that he's been able to do this at such an elite level at his size at this age?
Yeah.
I did not see this prime lasting for this long.
No, I think he reinvented himself. You know what I mean? With his eating and kind of just his approach. Because the knock on him, unfortunately, I hope that's the old, was he was kind of injury prone. You know what I mean? And that hindered us with the Clippers. And you can't avoid injury. Shit just happens. We missed a lot of Blake and CP time with them being injured. But the way he's been kind of being able to reinvent himself for this final act and getting paid very handsomely while he's doing it, it's been nothing short of amazing. Like, this dude is a winner. Like, winner. And it's really good to see, because he gets a bad rap, that he's a bad person or a bad teammate. And I tell people, like, CP is kind of an acquired taste from a standpoint of he's a throwback point guard when it comes to getting his point across. He's one of those 80s or 90s guys. If he has to cuss, he'll do it, whatever the situation may be. And these guys today kind of need to be pampered with the message. Like, CP wasn't that kind of guy, you know what I mean? But outside of, as far as a fucking soldier that you would take to war, that plays on one leg, plays with beat up fingers, wrists, elbows, shoulders, just a soldier. And the one thing I respect about CP the most too was point guards used to run from the point guard matchup sometimes. And CP never ran from his matchup. And even sometimes I remember, like, yo, let me guard KD. I'm like, this motherfucker's a foot and a half taller than me. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? But, like, CP was just a dog. So, I mean, I love this dude, man. And it's been dope because we've been able to stay close, because obviously our boys are best friends. He lives right down the street from me. But to be able to see what he's been able to do at his age and sustain that. And I mean, he was literally the missing, like, I was always big on, Devin Booker's wasting his career in Phoenix. I didn't like Sarver. I think he's a piece of shit still. I hope he gets in trouble when all this stuff really comes out. But I just felt like they wouldn't put nothing around that guy. And he was such a tremendous talent. And it's amazing to see putting Chris in that position when it's done for Booker's career, Aiden's career. You see what he's doing with Biyombo right now, probably going to get him some more bread. So it's just like CP makes people better, makes teams better. And I definitely think he's underappreciated.
You think they're the favorites?
I mean, right now it's hard to obviously everything is predicated on health, but right now the way they're playing, I don't see why they wouldn't be. You know what I mean? With Aiden only playing, I want to say 29 games this season. The way this team has played and come together and been able to draft well and make a few quality trades and got their young players playing well, like they're a really good team.
I hope that the headline on this segment, on this video, is CP is an acquired taste.
Yeah.
But it's true. It's true.
Like, not in a bad way. You know what I mean? Sometimes everybody knows I love CP. We love CP.
But, like, to me, he is such a great example. And it's why at 36, getting ready to turn 37 in May, it's why he's able to extend his prime for so long, despite, let's be honest, he's not as quick. He's not as explosive. He obviously is very intelligent. That's been talked about a ton, but his competitive stamina,
second to none,
night to night. And so as a teammate, he brings that out of you. The sick feeling that I had going into every Clippers game, the performance anxiety, like it was that I had my whole career really, but when I played for the Clippers, that was amplified because I knew there was definitely going to be one of my teammates that was going to hold me accountable for every fucking thing that I did. The thing I love about CP is like, he's a direct person. If you're direct with him, there's no hard feelings. I always knew going into battle, like this dude just wants to win. That's his agenda. There's no other agenda.
That's it.
He just wants to win.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And there was times where I'd shut the fuck up, CP. That, and that's somehow, but like I said, it was never, I was okay with the way, to me, it was just his delivery. You know what I mean? He wasn't saying the wrong shit. It was just sometimes it was hard to swallow for some of our teammates. But like you said, he's very direct, and to me, I prefer that. I don't want no middleman. I don't want you sugarcoating it and going saying some other shit behind. Like tell me. And I think some people want that, but when it actually happens, they don't know how to handle it.